Auralisation of room acoustics. Here is an auralisation example of an atrium acoustic design. The background to this project was that there was a very large atrium space which was glazed on all sides and it had a hard plasterboard ceiling. And as you can imagine, in an atrium space with those surface finishes, the acoustic is likely to be highly reverberant. This space was designed to be used for public speaking events to raise money for donations. So you can imagine that someone speaking in here trying to address an audience and encourage them to provide donations for a worthy cause might sound very unintelligible. As you can imagine, a speaker standing in the atrium to address an audience to encourage them to donate to a worthy cause might sound unintelligible through a PA system due to all the hard reflective surfaces around the space. A good method to illustrate how problematic the acoustic conditions might be in this space is to provide an auralisation or a sound demonstration of what it might sound like in the atrium space. So what we have on the left-hand side here is the atrium space as it's designed, where it has no acoustic finishes, it has a hard tiled floor, glass walls, and a hard plasterboard ceiling. On the second demonstration on the right-hand side here, we have provided acoustic absorption to the ceiling area. These auralisations also provide a visualisation of how the sound reflects around the space. So what I will play you first is the no treatment condition of the space, so you can visualise the rays bouncing around the space and also listen to what it might sound like.
Windows Vista is our most important product. There's a lot of breakthroughs embodied in it. The ability to organize your photos, find them.
As you heard there, the voice sounded quite reverberant in the space and quite difficult to listen to. The visualization illustrated the bouncing around or the reflections of the sound rays that would occur within the space. Now I will play you the treated condition where we have acoustic treatment on the ceiling.
Windows Vista is our most important product. There's a lot of breakthroughs embodied in it. The ability to organize your photos, find them.
As you can see in this demonstration, that a lot of the sound rays are captured or absorbed on that sloped ceiling at high level, and there are very little rays that have reflected around the space. What you heard is that the voice was much more intelligible, but still retains the ambience of the space. So you could still hear that it's a grand cavernous space, but the voice was a lot more intelligible. Now, this demonstration was enough to convince the architects that all they needed to do was treat the ceiling of this space. And because the ceiling was at least 30 metres above ground level, it was hard to actually determine whether that surface finish was reflective or absorptive architecturally. So the solution that was used was, instead of solid plasterboard as the original design, we instead perforated that plasterboard with holes and included a lining of acoustic material behind to provide that reverberance control.